Well, I guess, Tyler, the real question is, what would a deal look like? So I think there will be something positive to announce. Clearly, you're seeing some smoke signals to suggest that. But as Kayla said, the question is, will they get at the real hard issues, which revolve around structural reforms to the Chinese economy? The president has said a real deal must include those, and those are going to be tough to get done.
Just so that all the viewers and yours truly understands, when you say the word structural reforms, what are we talking about?
Well, what it is not is buying more soybeans. Corn and sorghum and energy products to address our bilateral trade deficit, which fundamentally is not what the real issues are as it relates to our trade. What it really is revolves around the state support of business in China, the so-called SOEs, the state-owned enterprises, and the support they get from the state that creates an unlevel playing field for U.S. and other Chinese companies, and of course the counterfeiting and theft of intellectual property, which some estimates suggest cost our economy as much as $50 billion a year.
But Libby, if these structural reforms that Stefan just talks about are really the key to a quote real deal, that would imply that China would really have to change the way it has been doing business for a generation. Do you think they're ready to do that, or will they just wait out President Trump?
Yeah, Tyler, I mean, it's an excellent point. It's one of the reasons why, we had sort of anticipated this escalation with China on trade, back in 2018, because of that very reason. That sort of the heart of this Section 301 investigation, as Stefan laid out, are these more structural, fundamental issues, and really that are sort of integral to the China 2025 industrial policy. So we completely agree that if this were just about the trade deficit, about buying more LNG and soybeans and Boeing airplanes, there would have been a deal last May. This really is more structural, and those things are going to be much harder to come by. You have to remember that we've been negotiating with the Chinese over these very issues for years under the Obama administration and under the Bush administration, and we haven't really gotten very much. There have been a lot of promises made, and they haven't been able to honor them. And so that's why, USTR Ambassador Lighthizer is so focused not only on the promises that are being made, but also can they enforce those promises? I think that's been the big issue.
Stefan, exactly what I was going to ask you. Say any deal should be comprehensive, sustainable, and enforceable. Tell us what enforceable would look like.
Well, it's going to be hard given the opacity of the Chinese economy, especially as it relates to these structural issues, because understanding what support they get from local and provincial governments, let alone the state government, is going to be hard for us to see and for us to monitor. And as a result, some of the things that negotiators are considering is some sort of snapback mechanism, where if they see that these are not actually, or the deal that is agreed to is not being lived up to, tariffs can snap back to be put in place to create at least some mechanism to keep people honest.